Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a nice date look tutorial. It's pretty neutral on the eyes, and then I did a pop of color on my lips. I went with like a red tone. I think it's very nice this time of year. It's starting to get nice and cold, and I feel like just like red just is like, I'm loving it lately. This is a great look to wear on a night out, going on a date night with whatever the occasion might be. It's nice. It's not too time consuming because the eyeshadow is pretty simple for the most part. And for those of you who haven't tackled gel liner yet, or just wing liner, this look is perfect for you because you can just literally smudge out your eyeshadow in a really sloppy way to kind of make it look like you have liner going on. That's exactly what I did today, and I even messed up, and then you'll see how I cleaned it up in the video as well. So this is a great easy eyeshadow look. If you're still a beginner and you still want to do something a little extra, this is a great look and I definitely recommend it. I really like the pop of color, and again, you don't have to do the pop of color, you can just do something super neutral if you'd like. So it's a great universal look that really goes with anything, and it's perfect for this time of year. So I had fun coming up with this look. But no more rambling, let's go on and jump on into this video. So if you guys would like to see how I achieve this look, then please keep watching. Okay, so to start, we're gonna prime our face, and I'm gonna be mixing, again, two different primers, and the first one is the Too Faced Hangover RX primer, and then I'm just gonna be mixing it with the Milk Hydro Grip primer. I'm gonna do the Too Faced one first, just to give myself a little bit more hydration. So for foundation, I'm mixing two, and it's the Fenty Beauty Foundation and the ELCIE Micro Slick Foundation. So I'm gonna mix these two. One is lighter, one is darker, and as you can see, my skin is pretty pale at the moment, so I'm gonna mix these two out for today. And for the brush, I'm just gonna spray some Fix Plus on my brush, and I'm using the Morphe M439 brush. It's just a dense buffing brush. So for concealer, I'm going in with my current favorite duo. It is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Sand, and then the Morphe, I don't even know what it's called, the Fluid Concealer. I'm in the shade C1.35, so I'm going to mix those two. Then to set, I'm going to be using the MERCIR Translucent Setting Powder, and I think I'm actually going to mix it. It's a mixing kind of day today. And then I'm also going to use the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder as well to set my under eyes just a little bit. I didn't realize my memory card was full, so you guys didn't see me blending out my concealer or setting it, so I went ahead and did that off camera, and now I'm just putting some concealer on my forehead and on my chin just to continue with that contour. And then I'm just gonna set my whole face with that setting powder. Then taking the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, and I'm just gonna go ahead and spray my face a little bit, just to give that powder some moisture. So for bronzer, you guys know it, I'm using Hoola by Benefit, and I'm gonna be using a few different bronzers tonight, no surprise there. But this is just gonna help warm everything out and kind of just draw out an outline of what we're gonna be following. And then for our nose contour, I'm going to be using Hoola as always. That's my go-to. Then to just deepen up that bronze situation that we already have going on, I'm going to go ahead and use Shadester by MAC, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of this at a time because it's pretty dark. And just blend everything out. Then for our blush, I'm using the Milano KIKO blush in the shade Fusion. It's the Trio blush. And I'm just going to dust some of this onto my cheeks. And yes, I went a little heavy with the blush just because my blush tends to like dissolve throughout the day. And it does not last for me, so I try and go in a little bit heavier. And then I'm just gonna blend out any harsh lines. Then for our first step of highlighting, I'm gonna be using, you guys already know it, the Ambient lighting palette from Hourglass. I love this palette, mainly focusing on these two shades, but mostly this one, but I'm gonna mix these two. Alright, now that we're blinging, we can move on to our next highlighter. So then again, with this mixing, my gosh, man. So I'm going to be mixing the BECCA Cosmetic Champagne Pop and then the Bare Minerals, what is this called? The Endless Glow Highlighter in the shade Free. And I'm just mixing these two guys up. This is a little bit more pink tone, this is a little bit more gold tone. So just mix them up a little bit and then pop it onto the high points of our cheeks. I'm going to be using mainly the Champagne Pop as it is more of like a pinky tone. And you know, considering my skin tone at the moment, I'm pretty pale at the moment. And then some on the bridge of our nose. I've been loving this lately, just like a little bit of highlight just to make it look like a little bit more like snatched. And then obviously blend it out just like everything else. Then using the Huda baking powder in the shade Cupcake, and I'm just gonna go ahead and bake and cut out our contour. So now we have all of that done. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera and then we can come back and do our eye makeup. So I'll be right back. Okay, so our brows are now on. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe away this bake situation so we can go ahead and start with our eyeshadow. I went a little heavy with the bake today, but it turned out well. For today's look, we are doing kind of like a date night look. So I'm gonna do a smoked out wing. That's what we're going for. Taking the 35O palette from Morphe, and I'm going to be using, and taking this shade right here, I'm going to go ahead and put this into my crease. And this shade is just going to warm up our lids just because we're not really going to be putting too much color into our crease. So this step is just to bring a little bit of warmth into our lids since we're not really going to be putting shadow into our crease, since this look is more of a like more of a smoked out wing liner kind of look. So since we are going to be using pretty dark colors, I'm just gonna put on some of that Huda Beauty baking powder under my eyes just to catch any fallout we might have. The next step, I'm going to use the MAC Costa Riche liner. I'm just going to smudge it out a little bit on top of our lid, just on the, see a little bit. So we're just going to smudge it out a bit. And try and wing it out as much as you can. And if you can't, it's okay. We are going to use shadow to smudge it out. And taking this brown shade down here, and we're just going to use that to smudge out that liner we just applied. And it's really just a lot of repetitive back and forth blending, applying shade, blending, applying color, blending. And then taking that same transition shade that we applied into our crease, I'm just going to use that to blend out that brown shade. And then just lift that brown shade higher and higher each time until we actually bring it all the way up into the crease. And now we'll do the same thing to this eye as well, and we're still going to go ahead and shape this one up a little bit more. As you can see, it's not very defined, but don't worry, we will bring more attention to this one. Alright, so I kind of did this one a little bit too low, so I'm just going to try and clean it up with some baking powder. So now I'm going to put some of that Costa Riche onto our waterline as well. I'm just going to clean up the stuff that's directly under our eyes. And now we're just going to smudge out our waterline. And then taking some of that dark shade that we used on top of our lid, and I'm just going to line our waterline just to deepen it up and blend it all out. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my lashes on, and then I'll come back to put my mascara on and then put my lipstick, and then we'll be done. On to our lips. I'm going to be lining my lips with the Sephora collection lip liner, and this is in the shade Back to the 90s. And I'm just going to be outlining my natural lip. I'm not overdrawing it. I want to do like a red lip today, so I had to put my hair down. I was having the worst headache. So for lipstick, we're using the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade American Doll. Ooh, excuse me, in the shade American Doll. Then lastly, for our brow highlight, I'm just going to go in with Champaign Pop and pop that on my brow. Alright, so my makeup is done, so I'm going to go do my hair, and I'll be right back. And there you have it, guys. That is my finished look. Oh, you know what? I did forget one thing. Setting spray. You know what? How can I forget the most important step? So, just go and bathe in some setting spray really quick, because that part is essential. Okay, so now the look is actually complete. I hope you guys enjoyed my take on a nice date night look. It was pretty easy for the most part, not too many steps, very repetitive, but that's usually how it goes when you have nice blended makeup, is what you should have by the end of this video. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, until next time, bye guys.